this lesson, we're going to continue to detail the back section of the boiler. So let's start out by Alt-Q to isolate that section. And now what we want to do is, we have these polygons at the front and back that are n-gons. They have a lot of edges around them. Let's see if we go to polygon, select one, and now if we come up here, you see I have these different sub-objects listed. If we click on X while holding Control, click on Edge rather, that polygon has 18 edges, which is not good. So what we're going to do is, we're going to go up here to Vertex, and we're going to try using P-Connect, which is a Paint Connect tool that's pretty new. It's in Graphite Modeling Tools. And we're going to click on that. What we're going to do now is sew this together. So I'm going to come over to this vertex. It's the third one up. I'm going to hold down Control, and you'll see this little square goes around the vertex. And I'm going to hold down Control, slide across the mesh, and you'll see it creates a line from one side to the other. I'm going to repeat this process right up the line. Okay. And now we're going to do it in the opposite direction, keeping in mind that we want quad polygons. So we'll start at the bottom at this vertex, Control, click, see the square, and we're just going to run this up. Let go of Control as you're doing through the edges as you're moving through. And now when you get to the top edge, once again push down Control and go to this vertex right here. Now we have a line of quad polygons right here, which is just what we want. We're going to do the same on the other side. So Control, click, box appears. As we go to the next edge, let's let go of Control, go all the way to the top edge, and then once again push down Control to connect to the next vertex. And that's the way the tool functions. Control is from vertex to vertex, and when you don't have Control pushed down, you can just go from edge to edge without worrying about the position. So we sewed up the first end. Let's roll around to the back side of it. And let's do the same back here. So I still have this tool active. I'm going to hold Control. Box shows up. Control is still held down because I want to go to the next vertex. There we go. Control across and right up the line here. And there. Okay. And now we're going to do the same that we did on the other side. We're going to Control at the bottom vertex, get that box, let go of Control, go between all of these edges. When we get to the top edge, we'll push Control again so we lock and snap to the next vertex, and we're going to go up. There we have it. Same thing on the other side. Control, let go, up through those edges, and Control again, and connect. So now those are all quads. There are no non-quads there. And I think for the purposes of this exercise, I think we also want to do is grab this span because it's quite long. I'm going to do a ring selection. So we grab the edge, Alt and R to get the ring selection. I'm going to go to Connect. And now the value from the last time we used this is still in there. You can right click on these arrows and that zeroes everything out. I think we want 2 segments here. I don't think we want to have any pinch or anything like that. Let's go 3 segments. And we're going to say OK. And now we can exit isolation for a moment. Hit F4. And if we turn on Turbo Smooth, you can see that that model looks a lot cleaner than it did before, which is exactly what we want. And it's all quads, which is really good. That's exactly what you want. We're going to continue to add detail to the boiler by doing some extrusion and adding edges using poly modeling. So we're going to go to the edge sub-object level, deselect the edges if they are still selected. Going to select this edge, do a ring selection, right click, and convert to face. Go to the left viewport, and we're going to select the polygons from that point down. Go to perspective. Let's deselect. No, actually let's not. Let's keep that selected. Let's go down here and use the extrude tool. You see it went downward. We don't want that, and it's just a matter of the way it's set right now. So if you go here to where this little rollout is and you click on it, you have local normal, and that's what we want, but we don't want quite that much. So we could take this slider and let's just roll it back quite a bit. Let's say to there, about 1 inch, and let's do a second one using the plus sign for another iteration and hit the check mark. And what that does is adds the second one. We can try turbo smooth. You see we have a little lip around there. I think that looks pretty good because we're going to add some rivets later on and stuff like that. Looks like two pieces of metal coming together. Let's go to the left viewport, and what we need to do now is match the bottom to the background image. So I'm going to hit Alt and X to make it transparent, F4 to show the wireframe, and I'm going to grab some vertices. So I'm going to grab right now just below all the polygons or vertices at the halfway mark or a little below where I just did the extrusion, and we're going to rotate that a little bit. So what I'm going to do is hit E for rotate. I'm going to rotate those just like that. And now what we're going to do, maybe a little bit more. That's too much. So undo, Control Z, turn off the angle snap, zoom in a little bit. I'm just going to eye it. That looks good right there. I'm going to get my move tool. I'm going to select just these vertices because now they're no longer matching the image, and we're going to rotate them back a little bit. And hit the W key, we're going to move them as well, just so they match almost to where we need them to, which is somewhere around there. Okay, now at the front end, it's not the whole piece that needs adjusting. We'll hit F3 so we can see. We just want to take these two rows and move them back a bit. Be careful when you select, make sure that you're only selecting the necessary vertices. Move that up a little bit. Okay. That looks good. I'm going to click up, go to Turbo Smooth. I'm going to go to Perspective Viewport. I'm going to get it visible again by hitting Alt and X. I'm going to turn off the wireframe. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think that's good. Matches the background image relatively close, and it conforms nicely to the piece in front. So what I want to do now is also, while that's selected, select the next section of the boiler, and I'll hit Alt and Q to isolate those. Okay, and now we're going to just get this section. We're just going to move it a little bit. Looks like it might not be perfectly aligned. Get a little closer. Looks good. I think that little bit makes a difference. Perfect. Exit isolation. Okay. Now I'm thinking that maybe this is too crisp. So, hey, everybody makes mistakes. What we're going to do is go in, edge sub-object level, and we're going to go in here and get this edge, and we're going to hit Alt and L for loop selection, and we're going to go up here in the poly modeling tools, the graphite modeling tools, and we're going to find remove, and we're going to hold Control and hit remove. Okay, and what that did is remove the edge loop and the vertices in one click. Let's turbo smooth it and see how it looks. And that looks more like what I was hoping for. I think it could use a little more detail, maybe below. It looks a little soft. So we're going to go back in. And right here, we're going to ring select, Alt R, and we're going to use connect. Value is retained from the last time we use it. We can right click. That resets it. So we want one segment. We want to slide that. You can see I'm hovering here, and up in the gray window it'll say slide. And if you slide it just a bit, not too close because then it'll be sharp again, I'd say to there, and hit OK. And turbo smooth on, hit F4. I think that looks better. That's more like what I had in mind when I started. So that looks good. And I'm going to conclude this exercise right now, and we're going to continue in the next video. Thanks.